Welcome to Mighty Ruttzz. Today I'm diving into part 2 of my Jeep Gladiator Death Wobble series. In the last video, I broke down exactly how the Jeep Gladiator started shaking, and I showed you the recovery pile of parts I ordered. Today I'm getting hands-on. This video isn't sponsored, and I bought all these parts with my own money. I'm starting to tear down and install with this MetalCloak DuroTrak rear adjustable track bar. Should be about the easiest part to put on in this build, so I'm grabbing some low-hanging fruit to start this project. Well, Death Wobble is usually a front-end nightmare, but you can't have a rock-solid front end without a stable rear. This Chromoly bar is a massive beef-up over the stock bar. And these patented DuroTrak bushings are famous for soaking up the vibration that leads to those white-knuckle moments. So I went ahead and put my jack underneath the back of the Gladiator, just in case when I remove this track bar, anything shifts. So here's the stock track bar. Right behind the spare tire, there's 2 bolts that hold it on. First thing I'm going to do is take this track bar off. And I'm going to take it over to the bench and use the old one to adjust the new one. Looks like the back of this lower bolt has a flag nut on it. So I got this impact gun, but it's not a real automotive impact gun. It's left over from my sheet metal career. And let me see how this does on this bolt. Perfect. Here's that flag bolt that's on the back. This is 21mm hardware. We're saving it because we're going to reuse it to put the new track bar on. So this upper track bar bolt, there's no flag nut on the back of this one, so we're going to probably have to back it up. Just so you guys know, I don't have a 21mm wrench, but I got a 13/16. So if you don't have a 21mm, but you got a 13/16, they really match up really close. Here again. Looks like that one going to require a little more persuasion. Perfect. Here's a 21mm nut from the backside. Take this thing over to the bench and compare them side by side. Well, now this is getting interesting because there is a massive difference between this and this. This thing, I think this is actually hollow, a hollow tube. Bushings, hopefully I'm holding that so you can see them. Here's the bushing. These MetalCloak bushings are night and day compared to the stock. This bar is fine. You're going to be driving on the road, mall crawler. I'm not putting down mall crawlers, but if you're going to be just driving it without lifting it, you're not probably taking it off-road much, this is going to be okay. But this is what you want when you're lifting your Jeep and you're planning on going off-road and you want things to last, not break. I'm really curious, so I'm going to weigh these. Got my scale set up. Okay, I set up my scale. I put a zip tie in the end here so I have some way to hang this. Let's see what this stock track bar weighs. 3.12 pounds. Now I'll throw the MetalCloak on here, make sure we're at 0, and there's a massive difference. There's the MetalCloak bar, 12.7. That's a massive difference in weight. So this is a huge upgrade just based on weight, but we're going from a hollow tube to a solid chromoly steel shaft. Awesome. So I printed out the instructions for MetalCloak, and as far as I can tell, this is the axle side and this is the frame side. So this little bend's going to go like that. Now, before I go adjusting this to this length, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some anti-seize here. It doesn't say to do that in the instructions that MetalCloak gave me, but I'm going to do it anyways. It's up to you if you want to do that on your own, installing something like this. Just seems like the right thing to do. This anti-seize is for when I put together my titanium bike. I'm sure it should be okay. And you don't need much. Get that around. I put some nitrile gloves on. I don't want to mess up those other gloves because this stuff can get pretty messy. Okay, cool. They give you a lot of adjustment with this bar, so you can go from stock height to a lot higher. Check with MetalCloak on that one. I'm going to start here at 0. Let's get a whole measurement on the stock bar, and I'm going to call that 33 3/4. Let's see if we can get that on this one. Need to go out a little bit. 33 3/8. Go a little farther. That's it. Hold the hole, 33 3/4. That'll get me to the alignment shop. I'm just going to snug it up a little bit here. Got the big wrench and the drift pin. Give that a little bit of a snug. Okay, perfect. This is ready to get installed. Okay, let's see if we can get a bolt in this thing. There we go. Now I don't have to worry about this bar falling out. Pretty close. Pretty close. There we go. Loosen that nut. Got it in there. Let's see. Get this nut on the back side. Done. Now, I didn't see any torque values in the MetalCloak instructions, but I've got my torque values from when I installed the lift kit on here, and I had a sheet from that with all the torque values, and that tells me the axle side gets a torque to 100 foot-pounds. It's one side. Frame side gets torque to 90 foot-pounds. Here's a little trick I use. I'm sure a lot of you guys use the same thing or similar, but I tied off my backup wrench with a cam strap onto something solid here because I want to get two hands on the torque wrench, and my backup wrench was moving. There we go. Now this lock nut, I'm just going to tighten it down. When all the parts I got to throw on here are installed, this Jeep will be going to the alignment shop. I don't have my grease pen, so I'm going to put a little Sharpie mark here, and after it goes to the alignment shop, I'll know if it got moved. One part down, several to go. We're rebuilding this steering system piece by piece till it's going to drive better than the day it drove off the showroom floor. If you're dealing with a shaky ride, click the link on the screen, see part 1, and see the full list of parts I'm dealing with to kill the wobble. Drop a comment. Have you ever dealt with a rear end wag after a lift? Let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button to follow the rest of this build. And don't forget, on Muddy Ruttzz, the best is yet to come.